Now moving on to my timeless teal section, I have a Girl Scouts memorabilia box as well as a lifetime career stats baseball card and a very scratched, beat up Millennium album, which are more subtle nods to my fandoms of Derek Jeter and the Backstreet Boys as opposed to the posters that were very much the focal point of my previous childhood bedroom. And to conclude the timeless teal section, I have a picture of my first birthday, which was quite a milestone because I was born prematurely, and a picture of my family cockatoo, who was the best pet you could ever hope to have. And then moving on, I have my yearbooks and just some other miscellaneous items. And then down here, I have receipts and papers all neatly organized. Moving on to the wall where my closet is, it is now housing all of my school notes, which I just could not bring myself to get rid of quite yet. So to show you a little bit more about how I organized all of my school notes, I did it by category. So I have my science notes from middle school and high school, math notes, and some plaques that I decided to keep, followed by ELA notes and notes from history classes and some youth group memorabilia. Then I have my notes from my college journalism classes and the journals that I would use for interviews, then my Spanish notes, and notes from other college classes I enjoyed. And up on top, this is the one drawer that's still a work in progress, but it's things from previous internships and former jobs and things like that. My parents' home was designed in the 1950s, and there are a lot of cabinet spaces and storage built in, so I decided to use the corner shelves as a way of displaying my souvenirs and books. On top, I have souvenirs from visiting different parts of Texas, California, and Las Vegas, followed by my childhood library of all of my favorite books and the corresponding plush toys. Then on the next shelf, I have all of my favorite middle school and high school reads, and I have my vampire era books as bookends. Bringing it further into the present day, on the shelf below that, I have political books and professional books, as well as a section devoted to books by Mexican American authors. And moving down to the last row, I have a signed picture from my former boss and my first nameplate from when I first started working at the Capitol, as well as a baseball from Cooperstown and books by my favorite Yankees players and memorabilia from more recent trips and adventures. It's also worth highlighting these cute little boxes that look like books that I recently bought at TJ Maxx, where I will store my postcards, pressed pennies, and concert ticket stubs. In the very bottom cabinets, I have the dolls that I decided to keep, such as my American Girl doll and my Dallas Cowboys cheerleader doll. And over here, I have my Kelly collection. And this teal cube now has all of my school newspapers in chronological order, as well as a few other newspaper issues that are important to me. Where my old dresser used to be is now my stand-up desk that I ordered off of Wayfair. I don't necessarily recommend this specific model because upon further review, it really does require two people to change or adjust the height. And it's not the most convenient thing, but for what I need it to do and the height I like it to be at, it does the job well for me. Over here is the reason for the season, and I have my little COVID station and my notebooks and a box with stationery. If you're looking to buy a cute mask, my friend Audie has a small business where she sews masks, and they have nose pieces for extra comfort and adjustment, and she can make them of all different sizes and cloth patterns. And to complete the look for my desk, I ordered some cute coasters from my friend Jenica, who makes them out of rosin, and she also makes keychains as well. The wall where my old bed used to be now features strands of these pretty little LED lights that I bought at Target, which I will link in the bio, and it really completes the vibe of my room. I couldn't be more excited with these little lights. And they come with 50 clips for pictures specifically. All of these pictures spark joy in one way or another, and I wanted to also mention that these little quotes that I have scattered throughout this collage are from these books that I bought at Hobby Lobby about 6 years ago, and I've used these to decorate every apartment, every office, and they add an extra cute little touch. And then I also wanted to note that Marie Kondo very much recommends that if you are going to use photos, have them be pictures from a more modern day that represent your goals and values and who you are now. So as I mentioned, one of the goals for my room was to have a creative space, and now that I'm done with all this, want to start focusing on playing music again, and I want to invest in a piano and give that another shot. So with that, I will go ahead and conclude my room tour and my Marie Kondoing journey. I am grateful that throughout this process I learned how to become comfortable with the idea of letting go, and taking this time to reflect during these unprecedented times has been therapeutic. You know, it's a very unfortunate situation, but I don't necessarily think I would have been home any other way for this long of a period of time to do this and take the time to really go through things and do it right. I don't necessarily feel like this is something that can be done in a weekend, but you can definitely start it and do a lot in a weekend, especially right now when we don't really have plans or excuses. And I definitely feel like this was just a round one. It was a good round one, but a lot of what I have done has been organizing. And yes, I've decluttered. I've probably filled about 20 to 30 trash bags full of things that are either to be donated, recycled, or trashed. And I definitely feel like there's more to go. I have 5 big boxes in my closet, so there's definitely more that I could Marie Kondo. And that could probably be a round 2 or a part 2 if y'all really enjoyed seeing this. But anyway, I definitely have learned to be more thoughtful about everything that I am bringing into my room and into my life. And I am very much trying to apply the does it spark joy mentality to my personal life as well, and really thinking about the amount of time that I spend stressing over certain people or certain things that just really don't spark joy. And this process has helped me really realize what I do and don't like, both professionally and personally, and I've grown a lot in doing this. I couldn't be more grateful to Marie Kondo for making this monstrous task into a bite-sized to-do list that can definitely be done and done efficiently. And I think this is exactly what I needed during this quarantine time to keep me sane. But I would love to see if you all Marie Kondo your room, or even just your closet. I feel like most people could just Marie Kondo their closet and treat that in its own separate realm. But I'd love to see pictures, so if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'll link those below. But I'd love to follow along with y'all's Marie Kondo journey as well, and thank you again for following along with mine. Stay safe and God bless.